Here are some weird facts about history's famous leaders. The legend Napoleon Bonaparte had ailurophobia, an extreme fear of cats. Catherine the Great of Russia is rumored to have died while attempting to engage in sexual acts with a horse, but this is likely a myth. After Prince Albert's death, Queen Victoria wore black mourning attire for 40 years, giving rise to the Widow of Windsor nickname. Saddam Hussein, the former Iraqi dictator, wrote a romantic novel while in prison called Zabiba and the King.
Cleopatra was of Macedonian Greek descent, which is unusual for a queen of Egypt. Her name, Cleopatra, means glory of the father, which was a common name in her family.
It takes great effort in making all these videos, so please do subscribe to our channel so you watch future videos. Emperor Hirohito of Japan during World War II was considered a living god, a belief that was later renounced following Japan's surrender. Emperor Commodus of Rome was known for his eccentric behavior, such as participating in gladiatorial contests and renaming Rome after himself. The hottest inhabited place on Earth is Dallol, Ethiopia, with an average annual temperature of 94 degrees Fahrenheit or 34 degrees Celsius. The city of Venice in Italy is built on a network of 118 small islands connected by canals. The country with the most natural lakes is Canada, boasting over 31,700 lakes larger than 3 square kilometers. There is a town called Dull in Scotland, and it has a sister city called Boring in Oregon, USA. The point where 4 US states, Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, and Utah meet is known as the Four Corners Monument. Monaco is the second smallest country in the world, but it has the highest population density. There is a town in Norway called Hell, which freezes over during the winter. The Dead Sea, located between Jordan and Israel, is the lowest point on Earth's surface. There is a place in the Pacific Ocean called Point Nemo, which is the farthest point on Earth from any land. The Kingdom of Bhutan is the world's only country to measure its success by gross national happiness rather than gross domestic product. The Atacama Desert in Chile, often considered to be the driest place on Earth. And there are places where rain has never been recorded in modern history. The Pacific Ocean covers an area of about 63 million square miles, making it the world's largest ocean, and it's larger than all of Earth's landmasses combined. Africa and South America used to be connected in a supercontinent called Gondwana. The eastern coast of South America fits almost perfectly into the western coast of Africa, like pieces of a giant jigsaw puzzle. Mount St. Helens in Washington, USA is one of the few mountains in the world that is actually growing because of volcanic activity. Java, part of Indonesia, is the world's most populous island with over 140 million people. Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, was known for her affairs with Roman leaders Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. King Tutankhamun of Egypt is famous for his nearly intact tomb, filled with treasures that provide insights into ancient Egyptian life. Empress Elizabeth of Austria, also known as Sissi, was obsessed with maintaining her beauty and used a daily routine that included horseback riding. Emperor Qin Shi Huang of China had a massive terracotta army buried with him, consisting of thousands of life-sized statues. Pharaoh Akhenaten of Egypt attempted to replace the traditional Egyptian pantheon with the worship of the sun god, Aten. During the siege of Mare in 1098, it is said that the Crusaders, suffering from extreme hunger, resorted to cannibalism and consumed the flesh of the deceased. Empress Matilda, a medieval claimant to the English throne, engaged in a protracted civil war with King Stephen, earning her the nickname Lady of the English. Pope Gregory IX initiated the medieval Inquisition and declared that cats were associated with Satan, leading to widespread cat massacres in Europe. Peter the Great of Russia implemented a beard tax to modernize Russian fashion, requiring men to pay for the privilege of wearing a beard. Queen Isabella, the first of Spain, sponsored Christopher Columbus's voyages, leading to the discovery of the Americas. Rasputin, an advisor to the Russian royal family, survived multiple murder attempts, including poisoning, before being drowned in the Neva River. King Ludwig II of Bavaria had an obsession with building elaborate castles, including Neuschwanstein, which inspired Disney's Cinderella Castle. Ivan the Terrible of Russia was known for his violent outbursts and once beat his own pregnant daughter-in-law, causing a miscarriage. Caligula, The Roman emperor appointed his favorite horse, Incitatus, as a priest and even planned to make him a consul. Queen Elizabeth of England had a fascination with cosmetics and used a white lead-based makeup that eventually led to health problems. King Charles VI of France suffered from a condition known as the glass delusion, believing he was made of glass and would shatter if touched. Emperor Nero of Rome once declared war on the sea, ordering his troops to whip the waves and collect seashells as spoils of war. The world's largest desert is not the Sahara, it's Antarctica. About 100 acres of pizza are served in the United States every day. There are more public libraries in the United States than McDonald's restaurants. The city of Venice, Italy, has more tourists each year than residents. On average, people spend 6 months of their lives waiting for red lights to turn green. The total weight of all ants on Earth is roughly equal to the 20% of all humans. There are more possible iterations of a game of chess than there are atoms in the known universe. A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. It takes 243 Earth days for Venus to complete one rotation.
Colorado was the first state in the U.S. to legalize recreational marijuana, setting the stage for a national trend in changing marijuana laws. The Las Vegas Strip is not technically part of the city of Las Vegas. It's located in an unincorporated area of Clark County, Nevada. Antarctica is a vast continent. It has no indigenous population. The number of people living there at any given time is limited to research station personnel. Monaco, tiny principality on the French Riviera, has the highest life expectancy in the world, with an average of over 89 years.
Here are some interesting facts about the Israel versus Palestine conflict. The term intifada is commonly associated with Palestinian uprisings, but its origins are interesting. It means shaking off in Arabic and was first used during the 1987 Palestinian uprising. Checkpoint 300 is one of the busiest checkpoints in the West Bank, and it has a turnstile nicknamed the cattle cage. Palestinians must pass through it daily to get to work or school, which can be a bizarre and dehumanizing experience. In response to Israel's military operations, Palestinians in Gaza have constructed a network of underground tunnels for various purposes, including smuggling and shelter.
Alaska has more coastline than the rest of the U.S., combined with over 6,600 miles of shoreline. Hawaii is one of the only 2 states in the U.S. that grows coffee commercially, the other being California. Kona coffee from Hawaii is particularly renowned. The United States has the highest incarceration rate in the world, with around 655 people per 100,000 population in prison, according to the World Population Review. The U.S. experiences more tornadoes than any other country in the world, with an average of over 1,000 tornadoes annually. The United States has one of the highest rates of fast food consumption in the world, with about 85 million people eating at fast food restaurants daily. In Miami, there's an annual Col Ocho festival celebrating Latin culture with the world's longest conga line. Halle Berry was a beauty queen and became the first African-American woman to win an Academy Award for Best Actress.